we have a scary Jazz Chisholm Jr. update as the New York Yankees' newest star will be needing an MRI to check in on what the deal is after he injured his arm sliding yesterday against the Chicago White Sox, and we're going to break all that down. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here. And in case you weren't watching the Yankees-White Sox game last night, congratulations. You missed nothing but watching the Yankees get smacked around by the Chicago White Sox in probably the most embarrassing loss all season. Now, on top of that, Jazz Chisholm Jr. was sliding, and he injured his arm in the process. And so that just adds on to the awful day that August 12th was to be a Yankee fan. Now, Jazz Chisholm has spoken out on the injury, and we're going to take a look at that in a moment. But we do know that he is going to need an MRI, and that's obviously going to be worrisome because when you look at Jazz Chisholm Jr., you know he's been such a solid player for the Yankees so far. But let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into it. Let's discuss this Jazz Chisholm Jr. injury because I'm pretty terrified. Now, according to MLB.com, Jazz Chisholm Jr. is scheduled to undergo an MRI today after injuring his left elbow on a slide into home plate. Chisholm scored from second base on an Anthony Volpe infield single in the fifth inning. Television replays showed Chisholm rotating his left arm and shoulder in between innings in the dugout, and that the x-rays did evidently come back clean. Now, Jazz Chisholm Jr. himself spoke on this and said, "I'm not super concerned about it. We went through all the tests, and all the tests that were done have been pretty positive. I still feel it a little bit. It's still kind of sore, but I think that we're going to be good. My adrenaline was still going, so I didn't feel it right away. An inning went by just sitting there, and I started to feel it a little bit." Now, obviously, it's terrifying, and I didn't mean for that to come back up, but I forgot to hit a button, and that's what happens sometimes when you're not paying attention on OBS. I'm an idiot, but we all know that from the trade video I made a couple weeks back. We all know that I'm a little dumb. But no, in all seriousness, guys. So Jazz Chisholm obviously got injured. It seems like it's not an end-of-the-world type injury, but obviously it's scary. Jazz Chisholm has been playing the greatest baseball of his life since he got to the New York Yankees. And the last thing we need is for Chisholm to go down long-term. I mean, since he got to the Yankees, he has a .296 batting average with 16 hits, 7 home runs, 11 RBIs, and 12 runs scored, and that's all in 13 games. It feels like Jazz has actually been here longer just by the impact he's had on the team basically instantly, but still, we all know that Jazz Chisholm, he's just been such a win for the Yankees since acquiring him. It was not the most shocking trade that we saw. We all saw the rumors, and Jazz is clearly taken to playing on an actually contending team very well. He is back. He was having an underwhelming season, if you guys remember, on the Marlins, who are straight up terrible, and it clearly was affecting him because now he's on the Yankees and he's playing great baseball. He's quieting all the haters. He's shutting everyone up who called him overrated, myself included. I was like, yeah, Jazz Chisholm's a great fielder. It's good for this. Obviously, I did not see this coming. I don't know how many people did see a meteoric rise like this coming when he'd get to New York. I did mention, though, that I thought him being on a team that's contending is going to help his game, but when we look at Jazz, we're going to need him on the field if we actually want to win anything. He is just too important to this team. He's a good base runner. He's a phenomenal fielder. He solves the problem at third base. He can also play second base. He can also play the outfield. He's such a versatile player. I'm really curious to see what we're going to do with Jazz Chisholm down the stretch and in the playoffs and how he's going to play. But right now, we do have to worry about that elbow. Look, he slid into home plate. Most likely what happened is he tweaked it, sliding, and that happens. I assume he's fine. I would guess that by the x-ray, and we're going to know in not too long because of the MRI. Obviously, we're going to have a video out then, so make sure you subscribe to Yankees Digest for an instant update. But for right now, we have to sit back and wonder what's going to happen. Now, with Jazz Chisholm being out, we're going to see probably a few different guys step in. Since he's playing third base, we're most likely, the outfield obviously isn't going to be affected at all, but we'll probably see that mix of Cabrera and DJ LeMahieu. I'd rather see Oswaldo Cabrera step in and play. He's shown more than LeMahieu has. Obviously, LeMahieu has been a Yankee for a while. He knows the vibes, but it just feels like his time has came and went. And I don't want to hate on DJ LeMahieu at all because he was great for the Yankees for a while. He was one of the best fielders in the league, an awesome leadoff hitter for the Yankees when he was really arguably the best player on the team in 2019. He was high up in MVP voting. DJ LeMahieu was great for the Yankees, but it feels like the injuries and the getting older has caught up to him, and he's just not the same player anymore. And that happens to everyone. It's not the end of the world. But for a Yankees team that desperately needs stability in the infield, especially with Jazz Chisholm out, it's a little worrisome. Now, Cabrera can step in. He's got an awesome arm, so he can easily handle third base. Good fielder, too. I like that idea. Also, just the switch hitting doesn't hurt, but, I'm curious to see how long this is going to be the deal because we know that the Yankees perform a lot better when Jazz Chisholm is there in comparison to Oswaldo Cabrera. You're putting more pressure on your top end of the batting order again just because Chisholm's been one of the best hitters on the team since he got here. And it's honestly shocking that he hasn't been the best hitter on the team. It just shows how good Juan Soto and Aaron Judge are at baseball. And in the process, we're also going to have to see, okay, can this team hold it down with Cabrera, which weakens your hitting, which changes up the fielding? It's curious, and who knows how long this could be for. With an elbow, it ranges from the end of the season all the way through into next season, or 2 days. It could be either one. So right now, it seems like it's more going to be the latter. It seems like Jazz Chisholm Jr. most likely will be back sooner rather than later, but it does beg the question, outside of that, why or who would they bring up from the minor leagues? Now, I am going to do a full video on this. I'm actually going to record it literally right after I finish recording this video. Little sneak peek into Yankees Digest and all the channels that we do here, and me on Knicks Digest. Sometimes I record videos a little bit before they come out, and it sometimes is obvious. But look, with this being said, you wonder who the Yankees could bring up, and I do question why it won't be Jason Dominguez. I get that Chisholm's not playing in the outfield, and that leaves you with 4 outfielders, and it would make more sense to maybe hope that John Birdie's going to get back soon and you could bring him in, or you have some other options. Obviously, Peraza is down there, but there has been some noise on Jason Dominguez, which has definitely been kind of interesting to me just to see where the team goes with him because he's just been a phenomenal hitter, and as Brian Cashman said, there's currently no lane for us to bring Dominguez. It's nice to know he's there. He's knocking the rust off and waiting for his opportunity if it comes. Now, I'm a big fan of Dominguez's game, so it makes me think, okay, well, this is a decent chance to bring him up, though it doesn't really work positionally because of just, Jazz Chisholm not being an outfielder with the Yankees, which is fine. No problem with that. But at the same time, it does make you a little bit curious to see who they are going to bring up because it feels like the next guy in line to call up is Dominguez, which is the reason why I bring him up. But I'm going to do a full video on that. So we're going to save that for next time. So make sure you guys are subscribed to Yankees Digest. Like this video. Turn on post notifications. Leave a comment down below, guys. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen with Jazz Chisholm. And once that news comes out, one of me, Ugo, or Gabby are going to report on it instantly. So you guys want to make sure you're subscribed and have those post notifications on. But that's all for me. Have a great day. Go Yankees.